your partner is terrible at communicating with you, and when you need them the most, they pull away, they withdraw, they shut down, or they even get defensive when you try to express yourself to them. And as they do this, you respond to this by desperately or angrily trying to force them to listen to you, to care about your feelings. But what does that actually do? It pushes them away even more, doesn't it? You might even feel like you're yelling at a wall. And the more defensive that they get, the more aggressive that you get. And round this goes. This is the classic anxious versus avoidant dance. But I also like to call this the reactor versus the suppressor as well. And if you are on the more reactive and anxious side of things, meaning you feel and you express your emotions more intensely, you also struggle with the pain of not being heard, not listened to, and not prioritizing a relationship. The hard reality is that you are recreating your childhood in this relationship and past relationships and all the future relationships to come if this one fails again. Just replaying that same cycle of feeling unimportant to your partner or feeling unheard, unseen, invalidated, or dismissed. The thing is that all of those feelings are familiar. Whose love did you crave most as a child? Was it from mom or dad? And can you recognize any of those traits in your partner now? Both the positive and the negative. You see, when you don't get your emotional needs met as a child, it leaves a deep wound that you then try to unconsciously heal through your current adult relationships. In fact, you are the most attracted to the very people that remind you of the parent that you craved love from the most. And in these relationship dynamics, what you consider a need or a cry for help, whether it's to be seen, to be heard, your partner perceives that as a direct threat to their subconscious wounds. To them, on the surface, what they're seeing is aggression, being unreasonable, being too much, feeling unsafe. But in reality, you know the truth, which is that you are scared and hurting inside. But here's the thing. The same goes for your partner. When they appear uncaring, cold, cruel, it's really a turtle shell of a very scared little child inside. You both just learned different and oftentimes opposite ways of coping with that pain. And what all relationship conflict comes down to is two hurt children in adult bodies replaying their childhood wounding, replaying all the coping mechanisms that they learned to deal with that pain because they didn't know how to. They're both in a state of protecting the pain, both in a state of fight or flight. Now, mainstream advice will tell you to find someone more secure and healthy, to look out for the red flags. The thing is that you do not choose who you are attracted to. You are attracted to who you are attracted to. You feel it. It's energetic. It is not a mind thing. And you will be perfectly matched with the person at your level of consciousness and emotional maturity. And until you address the core root childhood pain that has been driving yourself and including them as well, your partner, you will be doomed to repeat this vicious cycle, which I call the relationship loop of doom. The relationship loop of doom which is stage 2 in the 3 different stages of relationships, is that you are unconsciously projecting your childhood wounding onto one another. And people get stuck in this for years, leading to failure, breakups, divorce, only to repeat this again and again with another relationship, because this stuff does not stop unless you address the root issues in the childhood trauma that created these relationship dynamics. Which is not a bad thing that you are matched with someone that matches your wounding as you match theirs. To use them as a mirror to yourself, to start to dig into all those fears and insecurities that you haven't dealt with. And one of two things will happen in these relationships. Either you will grow together or you will grow apart. Either scenario is still good, but what will for sure happen if you don't do the inner work is that you will continue to be stuck in this vicious cycle, repeating it in this relationship and future relationships. To learn more about the relationship loop of doom or the rest of the healing journey, you're definitely going to want to subscribe and follow for more.